to ground, and now Australia will look to build. Here's Madison Higgins-Ashby, and she's a bit like Hotham, one who will just got an eye for a gap.
Any fan of international rugby knows that most of Australia's rugby women's sevens teams are a representation of what it takes to put together a world-dominating team. From their 24-17 defeat over New Zealand back in 2016, when the spotlight really began shining on them, all the way to their 24-14 mauling over the USA Sevens women's team just recently in 2019, these women deserve their respect in this game. The Women's Rugby Sevens was made professional in Australia back in 2012, and each new squad of the Aussie Sevens has kept up a spectacular performance on the pitch over the years. But, like in many success stories, there are always unsung heroes and heroines. You know, the ones who really put in the effort and that kept the team afloat. So, which players in the Aussie Sevens qualify to be applauded for the team's performances? In this video, we are going to answer this question and look at the individual players who have steadily done all the heavy lifting in the team. Be sure to watch this video to the very end, especially if you want to know the top 3 players who have approached the try line enough to keep the team out of trouble. Number 3. Shannon Parry. At number 3, we have Shannon Parry, whose net worth was estimated between $500,000 to $1 million back in 2019. Parry was born in 1989 in Brisbane, Australia. Her love for rugby began when she was only 18, where she started playing 15s for the Wallaroos in both the 2010 and 2014 World Cups. Later in 2013, she started sevens and became co-captain for the 2015-16 season, where she was named in the World Series Dream Team as she proved herself as one of the sport's top players. Shannon made history in Rio as she co-captained the Australia Rugby Women's Sevens team to gold. The Aussies defeated New Zealand 24-17 in the Olympic final, ensuring Australia claimed the first Olympic Rugby Sevens gold medal. The victory capped off a massive 2016 for the team, who also became the first Australian side to win the World Series. Shannon played in the 15-a-side 2017 World Cup before returning to the sevens competition in January 2018 to play in the Sydney leg of the 2017-2018 World Series. Shannon was part of the team that emerged from the Sydney leg undefeated, a first in the World Sevens Series, beating Spain twice, PNG, France, and Russia on the way to nailing a 31-0 victory over New Zealand in the final. Success continued in 2018 with a silver in April at the Commonwealth Games, and then a bronze at the Sevens World Cup in San Francisco. Shannon is set to compete at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics underway this year in 2021 in July. At number 2, we have Emilee Cherry, who is known as a trailblazer in the Aussie Sevens, and stands out mainly due to her passion, determination, and aggressiveness in approaching the try line. Perhaps this is why her exclusion from the squad to defend the Aussie Sevens title at the ongoing Tokyo Games shocked so many of her fans across the world. Many cannot imagine the team without her. Cherry was born on the 2nd of November 1992 and weighs about 70 kgs. She lived in a small country town and always had her elder brother playing rugby in the backyard, which contributed in a big way to her love for the sport. Although she played all sorts of sports while growing up, Cherry fell in love with rugby in a special way. She played a lot of touch football and she was scouted to play for Australia. Emilee Cherry is known for many great attributes on the pitch, but perhaps what is most outstanding is her work ethic. She has also been applauded on several occasions for being an intuitive player, with a great ability to read her opponent's minds. Having come from touch football, Cherry had a challenge adapting to the contact side of the game, but she was able to work very hard on it and has become one of the players that the team depends on. Hey, are you enjoying this video so far and getting entertained? If yes, then please be sure to visit our channel Tryline, your home of all the amazing facts and developments in the world of rugby. Here you will find many more videos like this, and we assure you that they will be candy for your eyes and music to your ears. Last but certainly not least, we have Sharni Williams. She was born on the 2nd of March 1988. Williams has played 191 matches in her career so far, out of which she has scored 438 points on 48 tries. having made her international debut when winning her first Australian cap against New Zealand on 14th of October 2008 at Viking Park in Canberra. She also won a gold medal at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio. Williams was awarded ACT Rugby Rookie of the Year 2008 and Australian Women's Player of the Year in 2010. And later on, she scored 1 try against Wales and 2 in Australia's 62 victory over South Africa during the 2010 Women's Rugby World Cup in England. Williams made the transition to Rugby Sevens in 2011, earning a spot in the Australian Women's Rugby Sevens team, where she played every leg of the Women's Sevens World Series from its inception in November 2012. Although she was not able to play the Sao Paulo Sevens in February 2016 because of an injury, she made a comeback in time to be named in the final round of the 2015-16 season in Claremont that saw her side win the country's first ever World Series. She was also co-captain of Australia's team at the 2016 Olympics, defeating New Zealand in the final to win the inaugural Olympic gold medal in the sport. The Australian Rugby Union player is confirmed to be in the Aussie 7 squad to represent her team in Tokyo, and her presence is a great assurance that they stand a great chance in defending their title. Her playing positions are mainly in the centre and forward, and is everything that you would expect from a great Rugby Sevens workhorse and more. In fact, she's earned the nickname Woman of Steel because of her relentless style of play in the pitch. From evading tackles and leaving her opponents sprawling, to stepping them as if they are just learning how to play, all the way to dragging 2 or 3 players tackling her to the try line. The pitch is literally on fire whenever she plays, and we can bet that a good number of fans will be watching all the rugby matches in Tokyo just to see her play. That's all we had today, and we hope you enjoyed it. Did you agree with our list? Are there players who you think we left out, or who we slotted to a different position than the one that you prefer? Feel free to let us know in the comment section below. Until next time, stay safe.